The U.S. also set to co-host next year's FIFA World Cup as well. During that time, some travelers will need to post a bond to obtain an entry visa to the U.S. The State Department's pilot project will run through next August. It will require a bond of up to $15,000 for certain kinds of travel to the U.S. The State Department says it will only apply to 2 countries for now.
Beginning August 20th, nationals of Malawi and Zambia applying for B1, B2 business and tourist visas will be required to post a bond of up to $15,000. This targeted common sense measure reinforces the administration's commitment to U.S. immigration law while deterring visa overstays.
Alex Nowrasteh is Vice President for Economic and Social Policy Studies at the Cato Institute. Good for joining. First of all, Malawi and Zambia, is this an urgent national need to begin asking them to post $15,000 to come to this country?
It certainly isn't. This is not a well-targeted or well-thought-out program. It rarely is when it comes to immigration policies coming out of this administration. But no, there are other countries that have higher visa overstay rates. This is not an issue of national security. This is not a crisis. But this will certainly deter a lot of other people from coming here.
Yeah, I mean, if I was demanded to pay $15,000 to, I mean, I just wouldn't go personally. It'd just be, I mean, I got a few kids too, right?
Yes.
I mean, what effect is this expected to have on, and not just, well, because it applies to tourist visas, but also business visas?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to have a big effect. Now, Malawi and Zambia, you know, these are small countries that don't send a lot of people here, but this is a pilot program. This is the first step. It's going to be expanded to other countries with many fewer visa overstays to the United States. So I think what it will do is eventually just deter people from coming here. Tourism is already way down in the United States. This is just going to send it through the floor because people think, well, we got bonds now. What's it going to be tomorrow? Are they going to change the rules while I'm in the middle of my vacation? What's going to happen?
Yeah, and I mean, tourism is a U.S. export, correct, right? So this has trade balance implications.
That's right. I mean, so many of this administration's trade policies are predicated on the goal of increasing exports relative to imports. And tourism is one of the best exports this country has. This will just put the kibosh on a lot of that.
So there are visa overstays. That's long been a problem. I mean, is there any evidence that putting a bond up solves the problem, right? I mean, has anybody tested this anywhere else? Does it?
There was a pilot program in the U.S. that got started at the end of the last Trump administration, never really went into effect. Bonds, we know, will at least reduce the number of travelers, which I think is the real goal of this, is to try to reduce migration to the United States, both temporary and illegal immigration to the United States. That's the goal. So indirectly, just by reducing the number of travelers here, it will have an effect on reducing the number of overstays.
The Trump has used tariffs not just to correct trade imbalances, which is one target, as stated, of tariffs, but also to punish countries, right? I mean, you look, for instance, he's imposed these tariffs on Brazil, where the U.S. has a trade surplus because it doesn't like the fact that they're prosecuting Jair Bolsonaro there. Could this become another tool, another chip, as it were, in some of these bilateral negotiations? Yeah,
I mean, in addition to the Trump administration's bad economic theories having to do with trade, it has shown that this administration is very committed to using its power to pursue its political ends when it comes to trade, where it has absolute power unless the courts change that. In immigration, it has even more power than it does in the trade. It can do whatever it wants according to the Supreme Court. So I fear that they're going to use rules like these to chip away, to reduce, and ultimately build an even higher legal wall around the United States.
Alex Nowrasteh, thanks so much for explaining it all to us.
Thanks for having me.